easily been a 5 out of 6. When you start looking at ads and funnels this good, okay, you should start looking for anything. I can guarantee you, if you guys take notes from both of these funnels, okay, you're gonna run profitable businesses. What's going on? Vince Reed here, and welcome to another episode of Ad Roulette, where we critique ads and make them better, following this simple 3-part framework that you see here on the screen. So here's how it works. My team back here just gets to scrolling on Instagram. We find 2 ads, we find 2 funnels, we critique them to make them better, and then we pick a winner. It's your job to let me know how I do in the comments. With that being said, let's get started. Drum roll, please. All right, here we go. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Gordan. All right, so the first thing we want to do when we look at an ad is always about the messaging. Remember, when the ad pops up in the news feed, okay, specifically on Instagram and Facebook, it's going to be muted, right? So the messaging is basically, what is the ad giving to the person on the other end? Remember, you always have to assume that the person watching the ad in their news feed, they have no idea who you are, right? So we want to be clear from a messaging perspective, assuming that, again, as you can see here, the video is going to be muted. So when you look at the ad messaging, it says here on the top, what's the best funnel in 2025? Watch this. Obviously, that is giving me information, letting me know that this particular video that I'm watching here is going to share with me some information that I should know if I'm running ads to a funnel in 2025. All right, so the next thing I want to look at is the creative. Obviously, this is a video ad, it's muted, and hopefully what the video does is support the topic on the top, right? So if this is going to tell me what's the best funnel in 2025, we want to assume that the video is going to do more to support that. So go ahead and let's listen to the video.
After $100 million in total sales for our done-for-you/coaching business, I've discovered there's 7 primary ways to get clients that are working right now today. Now, are these the only 7 ways that work? No, of course not. But after consulting 3,000 plus clients, including some of the biggest names in the space, Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Frank Kern, Abraham, and many, many others, and scaling my own companies to over a multiple 8-figure level, I've observed with clients and myself, there's really 7 primary ways that 90% of high-ticket entrepreneurs use to get to 7 or even 8 figures in their business. And I've personally done 7 figures with every single one of these. 3 of them I've done multiple 8 figures with. So do you want to know what each of these 7 are? For only $27, you can. And that's because for the first time ever, I'm open sourcing all 7 systems inside of my Unlimited Leads licensing program. So inside, you're going to get access to all 7 of my proven lead generation systems, each tested and proven across different industries and different revenue levels. Again, all of these.
All right, so as you can see, really, really clear. I mean, he's asking the question, what's the best funnel in 2025? I thought the video did a good job. Obviously, he's doing a good job of leveraging the space on the video ad itself. It's clear what the pricing is, and then on the right side of the video, everything that you get inside the course for $27, and he's delivering. This is an irresistible offer. I mean, he's talking about how he's delivered in several industries, and he's just giving you the templates. All right, so this is pretty straightforward. The clicks that he's going to get here, they're not going to really have any questions of what they're going to get because he's delivering it all in the ad. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at the third piece in terms of what we're looking at in the ad, and that's the copy. 327 new clients. That's how many new clients this new and innovative marketing system produced for a high-ticket business in 1 month. Say that to me 3 years ago, I laugh, I say impossible. All right, so he's connecting. It's really clear, obviously, that this has had success with over 327 clients. As you scroll down, he obviously is targeting advertisers and obviously adding authority. Go up a little bit. It says spending millions on ads and working with some of the top brands in the industry, such as Tony Robbins, who's that? Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Frank Kern, Gordan, Russ, and several others. This is really cool. Obviously, that's credibility there. And then he goes down and to really continue to capture what's going on inside the prospect's mind from the video itself by letting you know everything you're going to get inside this $27 course, all 7 complete funnel systems, a step-by-step assessment to determine which funnel is perfect for you, and then it goes on and on with the done-for-you templates. Did a great job at the copy. This is good for ads that send you right to the offer because it's pretty much clear. It's an irresistible offer. It has everything you need in ads. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the funnel. So we want to look at the page headline first. So you can see the company branding on the top. Need help, email me here or call me. It obviously has the phone number. For me personally, I want the copy on the top, right? The call to action, but I get why that's there. It definitely, when you have a direct to buy offer, to me, I think why that's there, it lets the person that's looking at this funnel take a step back, and any anxiety that they have, any kind of feeling that they might feel, is this particular product a scam? You know, he's saying, email me here, and here's the number to call me at the top. I think it's fine. Me personally, I would have probably put it down, but I understand why it's there. Obviously, again, you have the trust pilot there as well. So he's really going for, you can tell with this funnel, for not only authority, but to give the end user confidence that this is a product that definitely they should take a look at. All right, so copy and paste the exact 7 funnels that built my $30 million consulting DFY services company for only $27. And then it looks like he took the ad, the video that was the ad, and put it right there as the video on the funnel. All right, then he has the give me access button above the fold. This has all the elements. As you can see, the creative with the video and the copy above is great. The page headline is clear. And then obviously the mobile friendly button, very good. Go ahead and scroll down, or just curiosity wants to see what's below. Again, another, $97 kind of crossed out, 27 today, save 70 bucks. This is a great, very clear offer. This is gonna be tough to beat. It's gonna be tough to beat. So let's go ahead and get to the next ad. Drum roll, please. All right. Tuned in Tony. All right, so as you can see, this is a vertical video ad. The first thing we wanna do, like we do with every ad, the first thing is messaging. Remember, the video is gonna be muted. They're seeing you for the first time. People are scrolling. They're gonna make their assumptions right away. So as we're looking at the ad, I'm not really clear what's going on, which typically you're not going to be that clear because it's a video ad and it's scrolling. And that's why he has the captions going on here. So I'm assuming if I were to read all the captions, it would give me a better idea of what this ad is all about. However, if for whatever reason, let's say I'm scrolling and I'm not really paying attention to my phone, and this video is popping up, and then I look, like right now, I have no idea what this is all about, which is why we have to get to the next portion, which is the creative, and make sure that the video is giving what we need in order to determine what this is all about. So go ahead and let's listen to the ad.
Let me be the one to tell you the truth. People don't buy your offer just because your ads are good. They buy because your face card builds trust. I've worked with over 500 coaches building some of the top funnels who all had great offers, great ads, calendar sales, automations, all of that. But the one thing that makes someone purchase from you is trust. So how do you do that? With our new VSL Masterclass, it puts you in front of targeted buyers every single day, which creates daily sales. And obviously that's what you want. So if you want to start converting like crazy and having the ability with a predictable system to sell every single day, DM me the word funnel so I can show you the brand new VSL Masterclass.
Awesome. All right, so this is really good. Good job. Very clean ad. I love the animations and all the things happening on the back. Really clear. The captions are clear. You go through the ad, it's really clear what you're gonna get. I mean, he's offering a masterclass that's gonna help you with your funnel and help you improve your VSL. Can't get any more clear than that. However, I would have said because knowing that the ad is gonna be muted, maybe in the beginning, hold like VSL masterclass with the text animation, maybe on the video in the beginning, a little bit longer before the ad starts, or as it starts, to kind of let us know that, just to let those people know that obviously didn't listen to the video on what this is about. But really good job on the ad, really professionally made, really well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the copy. All right, so this is another one leveraging what we're seeing a lot of recently. It's becoming popular, just really like one sentence with the copy. Your offer doesn't matter if no one sees it. I 100% agree. People that know me, I agree with that. However, because you're offering a VSL Masterclass, you could just have one more sentence. That's why you need to attend my VSL Masterclass tonight and let them know that this is about a VSL Masterclass. Again, let's just say that they landed on this video, didn't listen to the video, and then just read the copy. Okay, they're still gonna be like, I don't know what this is all about, because to them, if they didn't listen to the ad, they're saying your offer doesn't matter if no one sees it, but they haven't heard you. So I would have probably added something just to support that this is a VSL Masterclass. That's a small thing, but that's something I personally think would be a good touch for this particular ad. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the funnel. All right, so we come here, we have the main headline, the page headline. That's what we want to look at first. Looking to scale your coaching business, calling out his ideal client. Then we get right to the main bold headline. Discover how our done for you masterclass funnel turns your digital product or service into a daily sales machine, converting buyers around the clock. All right, so then you have the sub headline. We write your copy, optimize your offer, build your slides, and run your ads to get you more traffic. All right, I think this is good. The only thing I would tell you, and I haven't actually mentioned this in a lot of the recent episodes of Ad Roulette, if you look at this funnel, specifically on mobile, remember 99% of traffic is going to come from mobile, which is why we rarely even pay attention to the desktop version of a lot of these funnels. This could look perfectly clean. In fact, I'm pretty sure looking at how clean his video ad was, that this probably looks amazing and perfect on a desktop computer. However, on mobile, remember, these clicks are expensive. And when there's a lot of copy, if you have to force your eyes to read, I always say it's too much copy for mobile. Meaning, if I just look at the copy above this video, I have to physically start reading it to understand what he's saying. I like to get this main top headline to 3 lines. I think you're fine with a subhead, but I would try to figure out a way to cut this down a little bit. Maybe, for example, instead of saying done for you could just use DFY, right? Let's see, digital product or service into daily sales machine, converting buyers around the clock. You could say 24/7, right? And it would be around the clock, and that would shrink that down quite a bit. Obviously, we got the video there that's going to explain this masterclass even more and add more value. Then you've got the arrow, it looks like pointing down to book a call, all right? Below the fold. So let's go ahead and scroll down and see what happens here on the booking. All right, so it looks like there's some questions there. Yes, I understand this is about sales funnel. No, I only want Shopify. This is a good way to filter out. However, I'm just a fan of getting that button above the fold and having a pop-up that pops this form up to where you can begin the application process. However, I'm not gonna hate on this because if you scroll up, go ahead and scroll up, you can see that the button, the little arrow that's populating below telling you to click down to apply below. I think you could maybe use a little bit more copy even below. You could say something like, complete the 2 questions below to gain access, or something like that. I think you could use that little line with the arrows below to really give them a solid CTA. So there's no question of what to do next. But either way, these are 2 solid funnels, man. I don't know who's gonna be the winner. This is gonna be interesting. But we'll see. It's time to pick a winner. Let's go.
Hey, now before we get to the winner of this episode of Ad Roulette, I know it's good. If you are running ads to a webinar or a VSL funnel, check out my members area inside my eBoop account. I want to show you how we're getting 50 to 79% conversions on our funnels, driving traffic to regular webinar and VSL funnels, and how we're using eBoop to do it. So if you click on the link in the description of this video, you can check out our quick VSL. It'll explain more about eBoop, and it'll take your funnel game to a whole new level. All right, with that being said, let's get back to the episode.
All right, it's time to pick a winner. We're gonna start with Cole Gordan. What's the best funnel in 2025? We'll start with the ads. Again, what we're looking at is our 3-step process is messaging, the creative, and the copy. From the messaging, it's clear. I already know this is gonna either provide me with information about what's the top funnel in 2025 or something related to a funnel. So it's really clear without me even watching the video. Obviously, I thought that he did a great job of leveraging the space on the video. So one, I'm clear of what the price is. I think very similar to what I mentioned in the last ads funnel. Over to the right, it's listing everything that you get in the course. Maybe shorter or smaller copy that's easier to understand and read visually from a person on their mobile phone. Because when they get into the video, you have obviously it broken down into everything that each one of those bullet points has. So if there was maybe like an easier or shortened way to have it a little bit bigger so you get it, so you can easily see what you get versus having the whole thing just on the image portion right there. And obviously this is a paused version of it, but that would be just a small critique. And then obviously the copy was strong. I mean, it leveraged everything. It had authority, it had credibility, it had everything that you need. So for those reasons, I mean, the messaging was on point, the creative was on point, the copy was on point. I'm gonna go ahead and give this ad a 3 out of 3. All right, now looking at the funnel, all right, so I get it that you're selling a product, and if I take into my thought process right now, like a person that's clicking on, let's say, a product that they're gonna buy on Amazon, right? Those types of products where you're just clicking and buying a product, trust is important because when you buy that product, you wanna make sure it gets delivered to your house, right? So typically what I'm looking for when I land on a funnel on mobile, right? I think this is perfect on desktop in terms of what I'm talking about right now is the need help, email me here part and then the phone number. I think this probably looks clean as can be. In fact, I know it probably does on a desktop computer. However, I think this could technically either be moved down or hidden on the mobile perspective because when I click, I'm coming over to just kind of see what this is all about. But I understand the thought process because you're like, here's the price, buy now, and they're immediately saying, hey, if you have any questions, you can call me. Not only just email me, you can call me, and here is Trustpilot, all the people that believe in this course. I think if it were me, I would move it down and have this the main copy above, which is copy and paste the exact 7 funnels that built my $30 million a year consulting DFY services company for only $27. I'd have that up. That would allow me to move the video up. And then I'd have it would move the CTA button up, and then I would slide the need help, the email me here call underneath the button for mobile only, all right? So for those reasons, for my own personal bias, although I completely get it, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say I have to dock you a point for the page headline because that's what they see immediately when they click. I think we should move that copy up. Obviously the creative and the copy is great, and obviously it's mobile friendly. So for those reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a 2 out of 3 on the funnel. I'm giving this funnel a grand total of 5 out of 6. All right, great funnel, I'm taking a lot from that. That's actually some really cool ideas for direct to buy offers. So definitely take notes on that. All right, so let's go ahead and let's look at Tune In Tony. All right, I thought that this ad was really clean. Obviously the video ad was shot perfectly, but the messaging on this ad, which happens often when you're using a video ad. However, a strategy that I use is I just hold the tagline on the video for like the first 5 to 10 seconds. So obviously this was an ad for a VSL masterclass. Maybe you could have something like them use some type of like animation or caption that just holds that this is a masterclass. Like for like the first 3 to 5 seconds of this video, so people watching know that you're talking about a VSL masterclass. The creative was amazing. It was an above average video. You know, a guy that makes a lot of video ads myself, I thought you did a really good job with the video ad. And then the copy, I thought it was creative. We're seeing a lot of it. We're seeing a lot of people using the 1-sentence copy. However, you want the algorithm to be your best friend. In order to get the algorithm to show your ads to the right people, you want to give it a little bit more information to help them put your ads in front of the right people. In this case, because obviously this is a video ad and it's, when you're watching, you're not sure what it is, right? Until you play the video, you want to make sure that you can support what it is in the copy. So in this type of video specifically, I would add a little bit more copy to provide a little bit more clarity on what this is about, all right? And this is just me nitpicking because we gotta pick a winner, all right? So for those reasons, because it wasn't clear in the copy, and because I'm watching this, remember when I'm judging this, I'm assuming that the person has no idea who you are. This is the first time that they've ever seen you, and you randomly showed up in a news feed, okay? I'm gonna have to dock you on the page headline because it's not clear immediately upon watching it. Awesome job on the creative and the copy. In terms of below, I thought could have been a little bit better. So for those reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a 1 out of 3 for the ad. However, it could have easily been a 2 out of 3 had you add 1 sentence to the copy. All right, so let's go ahead and move over to the funnel. So you did a great job with the page headline, calling out your ideal client, looking to scale your coaching business. However, as I mentioned before, even if you compare this funnel from a mobile perspective to Cole's funnel, there was, even though he had 5 lines on the mobile, it was less copy and bigger font, so you could kind of see what it was all about, although even he could have had less copy on the top, on the part of the headline, all right? But the copy is clear on the top. It's just a lot of it up there, right? Obviously the video there, then you've got the button above the fold. I think that you could have maybe gave a little bit more direction of what to do. You just say apply below, just a small, I'm not even gonna dock you on that, but instead of apply below, you could have maybe a sentence that just provides a little bit more information on below, like answer the 2 questions to gain access now, or see how to apply below by filling out the answer 2 questions below, or complete the application below, or something like that. Could have helped a little bit, all right? So for those reasons, the page headline I'm not gonna really dock you for having a lot, but I'm just gonna leave you that as a tip, shorten that up because I didn't dock the other funnel. However, the creative was clear, but I am gonna dock you for the mobile friendliness of it because you have to scroll down to apply and apply below. You know, people on their mobile phone, that's just 2 words there. Granted, you do have the arrow pointing, okay? And just because I got it nitpicked a little bit, I'm gonna dock you on that. I think there could be maybe a button up there that pushes you down to the application, like click here to apply. Even if you had click here to apply and it dropped you down to the form, I think that would help it in the mobile-friendly terms of this particular funnel. All right, so for those reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a 2 out of 3 on the funnel, giving this funnel a grand total of 3 out of 6, which means the winner of this episode of Ad Roulette is Cole Gordan. Round of applause, please. Round of applause for Cole Gordan. Now, I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. Both of these funnels were great. This could have easily been a 5 out of 6. When you start looking at ads and funnels this good, okay, you just start looking for anything. I can guarantee you, if you guys take notes from both of these funnels, okay, you're gonna run profitable businesses. All right, with that being said, I hope you got a ton of value. Be sure to comment and let me know if you thought I picked the right winner or where I messed up or where I did good. It's all good, because guess what? There's always another one, and I'll see you on it. Take care. Later.